Hi, I'm Boyd, and this is the Freedom Habit. I was staying with my parents when this happened. It was 5 a.m. in the morning, everyone's asleep, and all of a sudden, there's banging on the basement door that leads into the kitchen. Not just knocking, but like desperate banging. Like the door was actually shaking from the force of it. So my dad comes out into the hallway. We're upstairs, and he whispers, "What the hell is that?" So me, my mom, and dad head downstairs. I grab a baseball bat from another room real quick because I'm thinking it's probably a burglar, right? So my dad's getting ready to open the door. He's slowly getting ready. My mom's standing behind him, and you can see the fear in her. And I'm ready to like swing, if I have to. And he opens the door. Nothing's there. Nobody. Immediately, the phone rings. My mom answers the phone, and it's the nursing home calling to tell her that my grandmother just died. My grandmother that lived with us in that same house for many, many years. Now, I don't know what happened that morning, and I'm not going to speculate. And I probably never will, and that's okay. But I do believe that we think we understand the world that we live in way more than we actually do. So you're probably thinking, what's the point? Well, the point is, I think the manifestation community, too, a lot of us stand firm like we have a strong grasp on how to manifest things. Some say you have to regulate your nervous system. Some say you have to reprogram your subconscious mind. Some say you have to script. Some say you have to do affirmations, robotic affirmations. Some say you don't have to do anything, just choose. Just decide to be a different person and immediately become a different person. I recently watched an interview with Rick Rubin, the famous music producer, and Rich Roll, a well-known podcaster and an endurance athlete who also used to be an alcoholic, by the way. Rick Rubin was a vegan for over 20 years and went up to 330 pounds being a vegan. Now, Rich Roll is a vegan and he's in perfect health. He's in perfect shape, in like excellent shape, because he's an ultra endurance athlete. So the thing is they were talking about how funny it is that Rubin had to go to being a carnivore diet to lose weight. And he went from 330 pounds down to 200, which is a good weight for him. And Rich Roll could be in perfect health, an excellent athlete, and he's a complete vegan. So what's my point here? Not everything is one size fits all. There is no one certain right way that works for everyone. That's why it's important when it comes to manifestation to find what works for you. Albert Einstein said, God doesn't play dice with the universe. Now, what exactly does he mean by that? He means that what seems like randomness to us isn't chaos. It's just our lack of understanding. But one thing Einstein definitely understood was he said imagination is more important than knowledge because imagination is what creates everything. And that's what we need to remember, no matter what method or whether we don't use a method at all. But that's what creates. We need to create it and give it to ourselves in our imagination before we can experience it in the 3D. Einstein also understood that at the quantum level, there's interaction between the observer and the observed, and that observation affects the outcome. I also believe consciousness and imagination create outcomes, but there's different ways to get there, and you need to find what works best for you. Most likely, whatever you believe will work for you will be what does. But also be careful not to get caught up in a loop where you're always just trying to fix yourself. So stick to a plan, keep going, wait for the outcome, give it time. That's the thing too. With not understanding everything in the universe, we don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen. We don't know who might be involved in making it happen. There's multiple ways for incomes to come to us. There's multiple ways for us to meet different people, for relationships and find jobs. So keep an open mind. I would say stick with something for quite a while before you give up on it. And it doesn't hurt to mix it up. It's not going to hurt to try visualization and then try meditation, or to mix up different ones at the same time. So they call those permission slips. Some people feel like they need permission slips, and that's okay. Others decide that, hey, I'm going to be different. And if they're able to do it, they can actually jump to a different timeline very quickly. So don't compare yourself. That's another thing. Comparison is the thief of joy. So don't do that. You're one with Source. God lives in you and works through you. Trust that. All right, I hope this helped. I'm believing the best for you. Have a great day.